Second Nature for Children is in the house. I hope everyone has had a great Sunday. Today I have my guy. Glad to see him back. You know, he's world travel. Burnett.
Not yet, not yet. I'm
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
get
you.
there.
Hey, you trying to get the? Hey, you on your way though. So it's good to have Brother Burnett back in the house. We was waiting on Bro D, but maybe something came up with him. So we're gonna go ahead on and chop tonight topic up. So Facebook family, make sure you go over to YouTube and make sure you subscribe, hit that thumbs up, and share this information. This information is definitely for the Black community. This information is definitely, once again, for the Black community. Second Nature for Children, our main focus are children. We want to make sure that our children get this information. Adults, make sure that our children get this information because as they grow older, if they receive this information while they're young, it'll help them live a more healthy and productive life as an adult. And our second, Blacks, adults, for the ones who want to be helped. We understand everybody don't want help. No problem. So we're reaching out for adults who want help, and we're here. And thirdly, any color, any color. If you want help, we're here. So tonight we want to talk to you a little bit about how Blacks become comfortable and stop dreaming. I'm just going to speak from my experience in dealing within the Black community for over 3 decades. And that's what I've seen, and that's what I see today, that we have become comfortable and we have stopped dreaming. Seems to me that we have just settled and we have become a very selfish people. As long as me and my family is good, then I'm good. Everybody else, or whatever. So make sure, family, that you go and look at the solutions for Blacks. Always, I'm always put that out there because I promise you, facts, that those solutions will begin to change the trajectory of the Black community and where our children are heading. It'll help change their lives if we go out and look at those solutions. So I'm gonna bring my guy in and let him give his perspective, definitely. And I want to hear it myself on how Blacks become comfortable and stopped dreaming. What you think about that, Coach? Before I even chime in, I'm just gonna see what you think about that.
Um, as far as the first part, as we got become comfortable, I say yes. As far as the dreaming, I guess that's on an individual basis. So I mean, it's hard to tell, but first part definitely we got comfortable. Right now, we're still riding on the shoulders and the backs of those who came before us. You know, the '64 civil rights movement, all of that. We're still riding in that. We haven't done anything to keep that, or hope that stays in place, or tack on to that, so to speak. You know what I mean? We don't have no watch dog groups to make sure fair housing is fair housing. You know what I mean? Even though it's the law, or when it comes to loans and stuff like that, you know, it's being done the way it ought to be. You know what I mean? You hear individual cases where people, for example, this couple with this appraisal, the appraisal was significantly low when it shows a Black family, and then when they sort of whitewash the home, put a white friend, it was significantly higher. You know what I mean? You hear
Absolutely.
individual cases like that. So there's no watchdog group in place to make sure that we be treated the way we ought to be treated according to the law. You know what I mean? So we still riding and in the back those before us. We didn't add on anything, and like you said, yeah, we are on a meism. You know what I mean? Me, and that's it. But
Wow.
what I see, though, I think we'll be forced to come together with the economy how it is, about finances, with rent. You know what I mean? home loans. We had no choice but to come together, whether we want to or not. You know what I mean?
And by you saying that right there, Coach, I think that's one of the things that's gonna hurt us even more because us not coming together when we really need to come together if we're going to move forward as a group, as a people. So I definitely think that's one of the things that's gonna hurt us now and the long run because for some reason we cannot come together to put a movement together so that we all can move forward together as a collective group. So I definitely think that's one of the things that's going to hurt us. I think we're definitely, I agree with you, further as us being comfortable. I think that some of us have got a little job, now we got a car,
Yeah,
maybe we
yeah,
can go on a vacation every once in a while. And I think that we have been rocked to sleep with that. To It's to the point where I'm hearing, and I've literally heard people say this out their mouths, that I got mine, then they
yeah,
need to
yeah,
get theirs.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
got mine, they need to get theirs. And they're not understanding a lot of times I'm seeing that we are separated in different groups of people. You understand? So what I mean by that is there is what they call quote unquote a low income area
Yep, yep.
that a lot of us come out of that low
You
income
know,
area.
come in. True,
And
true.
now that we have reached a certain status or got certain things, then we don't go back to help those. And even if it's not the adults, like Second Nature for Children, we go and make sure that we try to reach out to the children because the children did not ask to come into this situation that they are in. Even if you don't go back and work with the adults, at least try to come in some type of way and join the organization. We have an organization right here in Atlanta, Georgia, Second Nature for Children. And go to our website, snfchildren.org, and see the great work that we're doing in the community in Atlanta and District 10. And if you would like to be a part of that organization, hey, give me a holler, snfchildren at gmail.com. Help sponsor that organization so we can push forward because there are no really true main powerful organizations that reaches out to unsystematic children that is leading a force. And we're coming to lead that force because when you look at, you have the YMCA, you've heard of them, of course. You're looking at an organization that was established in Switzerland. You know, what back in, what, let's look at it. It was, what, 1844. So you know that was not for us. It didn't get here to what, 1851. That's a European. You look at, well, we got the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't get here. Well, they was up in Hartford, Connecticut in what, 1860. European women. Then you have Big Brother, Big Sister, 1904. All these Europeans, even the Boy Scout, Girl Scout, 1908, 1912. Those are European. And here we are with Second Nature for Children, Inc., for children of color that started right here, right now in 2011. And we're ready and we're working to help our children go to the next level. So if you would like to be part of this organization, you can hit me up. I gave you that information. So let's get back to it, Coach. Definitely, we have become comfortable and we're not doing anything further as a movement. You remember when Farrakhan brought the Million Man March
Yeah, I
and they
remember
all
that. I was
gathered
there. I was
in
there, yeah.
Washington, and
Yeah.
it was absolutely beautiful to see
Yep.
us come together. But when we dispersed,
It's yeah, yeah, yeah.
then nothing happened. We just went right back to our same old ways. So we got
Yep.
to make sure that we come together as a people and that we go into our communities as men and begin to work with our youth. Now let me tell you something. a lot of our youth, especially, man, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, especially once they get 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, man, I understand it takes a special people and a special person to go in and work with that age group. Because a lot of times when you can let them get to that age, it's hard to deal with them. Because of course, I'm in the juvenile system. And so if we don't catch them as babies and begin to work with them, we have really, be honest with you, we have really lost them as they become teenagers. It's really nothing you can do for them. You could try to help them if they want help. But a lot of them, once they get to that age, they're so damaged. And I work with them, they're so damaged, so it's hard to really help them. So we got to go into our communities and we got to make sure that we begin to get those babies, even once they become 4, 5, 6 years old. We got to take those young kids and we got to begin to work with those young kids. We got to make sure that those solutions that I put out for Blacks, we got to go back and we got to look at those solutions, and those solutions are real. And so we're going to make sure that we go over to the next part. And I want to ask you this right here, Coach. Do you have anything else you want to talk about for this being comfortable? Because you and I agree, we have become comfortable and we're not doing anything. That last movement was in 1969 when they killed Fred Hampton. It haven't really been a true movement for Blacks and for definitely for the youth since 1969. And we're in 2023. And you want to know what's wrong? That's what's wrong. It haven't been a true movement because the ones of us who has got up to a certain status or got certain things, then we are just a very selfish people. To, like I said earlier, I've even had people to tell me, I got mine, they need to get theirs. So I think truly we have become comfortable.
I think if the unity occurs, it'll be because of the circumstances. It's not because everyone involved is willing, you know what I mean, to come together and do it. Because of circumstances. I think financial, I think economic will force us. Well, I should say a certain segment of us. It will force us to have to come together. We have to end up relying on each other because that'll be the only way, to deal with what's coming our way. That's why I see that. Yeah.
And I see that every time something breaks out, we come together for a brief moment, but we don't continue it. And that hurts us because we will come together when we consider that something is injustice that happened. And we'll come together and protest for a week or two, but that's something that we have to continue to do. That after it dies down, then once again, everybody go back in their corner, and now we back comfortable again until something else happens. Until something else happens. So I definitely agree with you. We have definitely, I think that the system, and we'll talk about that on another occasion, that the system has rocked us to sleep, got us thinking that everything is okay. Once again, you got your job, are you able to do this or do that? And I know that entertainment has really rocked us to sleep because you can go out and study, even on YouTube and Facebook. I just want you to look at a lot of times the things that get the views. A lot of times things that will move us to another level to live a better life, the views are low. Someone who's speaking way over people's head, you'll get people to click into that, or you'll get people to click into the fight at Popeye's Chicken. You understand what I'm saying? The fight at Walmart, the fight, to be honest with you, some of the stupidest things get the highest clicks.
That's true.
That's just those are facts. Some of the stupidest things. Nothing that'll move us forward, nothing that'll elevate us as a people. Some of the stupidest things get the most clicks.
It's just like the music. Some of the most ridiculous, downgrade, low down lyrics get more
Absolutely.
streams, more plays, whatever you want to call it. And so, yeah.
Absolutely. So it kind of lets you know the mindset of where we are. And I'm not talking about no other group of people. I'm talking about blacks. We gotta get it. We gotta get it together. You understand? I don't care about no, I hope everybody else is well, but I'm talking about us as a people. We got to get it together. And I definitely think that we have stopped dreaming, we have stopped imagining. Because remember when you was a child, a lot of times people ask you, what you want to be when you get
What you want to
older, what
be?
you want to be. And from where I come from, basically all the little boys, of course, it was sports.
Sure, yeah.
It was always a professional football player, professional basketball player, professional baseball player, just whatever you had an interest in. And I think what has hurt us is us being limited. Our parents, a lot of times, being uneducated. So instead of them instilling other occupations or introducing you to other occupations, you was caught growing up thinking that you're going to be a professional athlete. So you didn't have a plan too. So once it didn't work out for you, now, wow, you're lost. So now what happens when you go back and look at the solutions that I put out, you'll see a lot of us became parents at a very young age.
Okay.
So what it did was now those dreams, now you got to carry on a responsibility because you have a child to take care of. So now you're really stuck because just because you have a child now, you're still dreaming. It's just like surgery when you want to lose weight. Just because you have had this surgery to help you lose weight, you still hungry. You understand? You still hungry. Yeah. So just because now you have put yourself in a position where you have brought a child into the world at a very young age, what you was dreaming about as a child, it didn't come through for you. So now you have found yourself, you just got to get out and get a job. So I'm thinking from my observation, from my experience over 3 decades and being in the Black community, I'm seeing, Coach, one of the reasons that we are a very depressed, stressed people because we have put ourselves in a position where we have had to take jobs that we really didn't want to take.
On in first place. Yeah, I know the feeling. Yeah. I know that. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So now you can have to take a job that you didn't want to take, but you got a responsibility to bear. So now a lot of times it drives you to drinking, smoking, doing drugs, because a lot of times you're trying to escape this reality that you have set for yourself, but you really didn't want this reality. So parents, please, you got to play a great role in your children's lives. So once they get to the point as becoming an adult, you have set them up mentally, physically, and spiritually so that they can handle their journey. Coach, what you think about how we stop dreaming? Did you have any perspective on that?
I can see to a certain extent being boxed in with reality, unforeseen circumstances. Like you said, have a kid or, stuff didn't work out for you, you're forced to do something else. And you spend so much time doing that job, or in certain cases, those jobs, because you have two. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It sort of diminish what you had. And that leads to frustration and all that, Also, I mean, when you look around, I'm talking about your personal life, you already boxed in. And then when you look around and you see all this other stuff life throwing at you, I can see how someone can get overwhelmed, like, man, look, enough of that, And then they start, like you said, self-medicating and all of that. But like we talked about before, if you got that connection, man, that's all you got that can really get you out of that. You know what I mean? Because you can't really talk to any and everybody but your dreams and aspirations. You
Absolutely.
know, they don't believe in you, man. They look at you like you crazy. They might tell you, man, you need to, man, please, what you thought? You know what I mean? That'll get you more
Absolutely.
pissed off. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can see that. But in this
Okay.
day and age, man, for a young man or woman, 17, 18, 19, let's see, you finish high school, you can't really go to college because, you know, the funds, you don't have a scholarship. To get a job, got to get up mom and daddy house. You got to pay rent. You need transportation. Man, it's a lot in this day and age, man. It's a lot. It's hard. You know what I mean? And like I said,
It's
circumstances like that will force you to click up with somebody or you know, a couple of people because you can't afford it on your own. You
and
know.
that's great, coach, because that's what we're seeing. We're seeing our children get to a certain point, and what a lot of them are dropping out. But let's just say they graduate from high school, but they haven't been prepared for college, and they don't further to go to college. Society is showing you so much glamour. You understand? So here we go again. You let society raise your child to now your child is seeing certain cars, certain houses.
Say like they
Guys,
say, foreign. They say foreign. You know they say
you
foreign.
you understand what I'm saying?
Foreign.
So
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I want the parents to begin and the people, I want the people to begin to think about those young kids. They want those things,
True, true.
but you haven't prepared them to get them.
Yeah.
So once you see so much havoc of robbing and killing and stealing and all of this, it's real simple to me to see why that young mind is doing it, because they want it, but they don't know how to
How
get
to
it
get
but
it.
that way, because they was not prepared to take the time, either further their education if they need to further the education for whatever field they wanted to be in, or some type of trade or skill. If we don't start working with our children at a very young age, all we're going to continue to see is destruction of our people. Facts.
True,
And that, yeah,
true. That's true.
and 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 just to piggyback a little bit, so we definitely come together as a people. We have definitely become comfortable. Definitely, we have definitely stopped dreaming, imagining, and I think, like you said the other day, we spoke that comfortable and dreaming, they go hand in hand, because now we just can settle. I think as a people, you know, we just can settle, coach, and everything is good. And when we
Yeah.
dealing with, as we teach in second nature for children, about the mind, the body, and the soul. The mind, the body, and the soul. So let's do it with first the body. With the body, we sure enough got comfortable. We are comfortable. We don't take care of ourselves. And I'm not talking about the ones who can say, well, I exercise, I exercise. I'm telling you, like, I pulled these numbers and showed these numbers from the CDC, that as a people of color, when it comes to being overweight, obese, diabetes, and different with our dealing with all these different ailments, we're leading the pack. So I'm seeing where we have just become comfortable where we are, being overweight, being sick, being unwell. We just have become comfortable. You tell me how unconscious we are not to think your health is all you got. You don't have, coach.
No. Yep.
Once you lose that, it's a wrap. So you explain to me, how do you not take care of yourself physically? You have become too comfortable. You're gonna die early. Like the tapes I did on dying early, prematurely, that's real. Those are facts. And when it comes to our mind state, A lot of us have dealt with a lot of trauma growing up to we don't understand mental illness, mental issues, and mental disorders. And it's killing us in the Black community. And not saying that you're crazy, something just could be affecting you mentally from your past that you may need help with. Some of us may need to be treated medically with some medication for some of the things that we have going on. And then when we dealing with our soul, Lord have mercy, we are definitely lost spiritually because we are running back and forth. We don't know which way to go, which way to turn. We hear this, we hear that, we hear this, we hear that. And this younger generation, they're not caught up in the belief. Reality is more their thing. They don't care nothing about your belief. And that's why we have lost a lot of our young kids because they don't care nothing about belief. They're what they can see, what's tangible, what they can put their hands on. They don't want to hear you talking about no Jesus this and Jesus that because I deal with them. They don't want to hear that. Mm-hmm. They want to know I need help right now, and I don't need you come telling me that Jesus is coming to save me. But he didn't save my sister, my brother, my mama, my daddy, see, you may be going through things in your life where you haven't had to experience certain things. But when you're dealing with these young kids who are experiencing certain things that you didn't have to experience, they don't want to hear nothing about your belief. I don't care if it's Allah or whoever it is. They don't want to hear nothing about that because they're saying that, hey, if that God was this or that Jesus was that, then where were they when I was hungry? Where were they when my mama got killed? Where were they when my sister got killed? Where when my daddy got killed? Do you understand what I'm saying? So we got to find another way to reach them besides so much of this belief, because this belief thing got us all messed up, reaching out for something. And if you're going to believe in anything, you believe in that which dwells within you, and you have a personal relationship. Yeah, you don't have to be so much letting everybody know about this and about that. You have a personal relationship with that which dwells within you, and you believe in yourself and know that you can get it done. So I'm gonna leave it right there, Coach. I'm gonna let you close us out with whatever you like to close us out with, Coach. And I thank you once again for coming on, man. Always my pleasure to have you on because I know that you are a great guy. So I just want to make sure that the family go subscribe, share this information, hit that thumbs up, and Coach, I give you the flow.
I just want to say, being boxed in with circumstances, consequences, whether it's your choices or not, being frustrated, right? That can tip you over too in the mental side.
Absolutely.
Definitely. You know what I mean? Absolutely. You know, you can lash out. You mad. You know, trust me, I've been there. You mad. You know why the hell you mad. But you just frustrated because you know you're not where you want to be. You ought to be, you know, something better. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely,
that's one of them things, man. That's life lessons anyway, you know.
And by you saying that right there, Coach, find you a mentor. Everyone should have a mentor, someone who has experienced certain things in life where they can explain to you how to overcome where you are.
True.
You know, everyone needs a mentor. Everyone needs someone because, like you said earlier, you can't talk and tell everything to everybody. Oh, no, Lord, no. So you got to make sure that you find someone that you can trust, someone that you see yourself that can make good sound decisions. That someone you've been watching. And here in Atlanta, snfchildren@gmail.com. If you need a mentor, reach out to me and share with me what you got going on. And let's see how we can move you forward. Because as Coach said, you're in a bad place to be boxed in. Society is showing you things that you want, but this job that you have, you know for a fact, you can never get that house, you can never get this car, you could never obtain the things that you want. So a lot of times we have to be careful because it'll drive our young people to doing crazy things to get them. So it's very simple to me to see, Coach, why our young teenagers and our young kids are doing such crazy things because we're not preparing them. We're not working. It's a lot of work when you're dealing with the youth, and we're not putting our work in as a people. Not just you talking about your child. Hell, your child a lot of times is more influenced by society and that group of kids who doing certain things. Okay, absolutely. So we all need to come together. If you know, boom, they got an organization, they have a mentoring group over there. Let me reach out to them and at least let me see what they'll say about this situation because I need help with my child. Because a lot of parents, facts, does not know how to parent. That's facts. Like I say, I'm in this field dealing with parents and dealing with children. So I just want to leave it right there, Coach. If you got anything else, I'm gonna give it to you. Like I said, we got 3 minutes or so left. And if you anything else you like to share, we come together. We spoke on have blacks become comfortable. Yes. Have we stopped dreaming as a people? Yes. The movement further as us coming together and trying to move forward as a group and as a people, as a culture. Man, that stopped. Like I say, once they killed Fred Hampton in '69, that was a wrap. So now it's like we're just on our own. So family, make sure you go back and look at those solutions for blacks. I promise you, within those solutions, that part one and part two, I promise you, you'll find something in there that can help you or a family member or someone that you know. Coach, anything else you like to share with us? We got 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
To anybody, man, just keep a balance. Comedy, all that's good, but try to take in some that can improve you in some way, shape, or form in your life. You know what I mean? Mentally, physically, spiritually, whatever you listen to or who you're listening to. You know what I mean? Make sure it's something you taking in that elevates you. You know, try to learn something that you don't know. You know what I mean? To be a better person. You know, in every aspect of your life. You know, so it's okay. Entertainment is good. The ball game is good. All that, but try to take in something, man, to make you a better person. You know, that might not only be for you, that might be for somebody else, something you can pass on, you know, to somebody else. So I say the word self-improvement, you know, don't ever put that down.
All right,
Oh,
Coach.
I make sure you travel if you can. Travel. I know I am.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Well, you know what, Coach? I'm gonna leave that right there. I let you close that out. What you just said was very profound. I hope that they're listening to that, and I'm gonna leave that right there. So, family, make sure you go subscribe, hit that thumbs up, make sure you like, family, make sure you share this information because it's definitely needed in the Black community. And, Coach, once again, like I said, I'm gonna leave it right there. You got the last word. I thank you so much for coming in. And until the next time we come together, I know you're gonna take care of yourself, and we'll do it again later. Take care, Coach.
all right, man. Peace out. Take care.
Yes, sir.